Okay, so we have some other process like what we discussed yesterday. We have some more other process as well. Okay, so let's start with that. Something which is different process. Let me see. Okay, so we have process like let me explain about the process like some of the services. Okay, so these are the not we are receiving the stock. Okay, and moreover it is like a long term agreements. So this type of the services, what we have to do, we have to pay amount to the vendor directly on monthly basis. Like suppose let's say I'm staying in the house. Okay, so every month I have to pay the amount to the vendor. Okay, I'm just staying in the some rental agreement, rental house. I'm just have to pay amount automatically to the vendor. Okay, so when we are paying this account payables, okay, so automatically the settlement will be generated every month on the date. Okay, so let's start talking about the invoice plan. Okay, so this is one kind of process. So in this process, what will be happen? Okay, so every month there might be we have to do the some settlements to the vendor. Okay, because we already taking the service long term. Okay, on a based on agreement. Okay, so based on agreement, we are already staying maybe their location or maybe we are taking the services. So the system will generate automatically every month particular period. Okay, so it is like a default date. Okay, so in invoice plan we have two types of the plans. One is periodic invoice plan. Okay, and partial invoice plan. Okay, so what actually the invoice plan is? Automatic settlements, automatic payment settlements, automatic payment settlements. Okay, so when it is required on time, okay, based on our predefined schedule dates, the system will be generating automatically payments. So in this case, what will be happen? There is no goods receipt here. Okay, so the reason why, because it might be like kind of the service. Okay, so we already it's not like that receiving the service like we already staying their location. That means something which we are using. Okay, so or might be we are taking service from them, or might be survey kind of things. How it will be happen survey? If suppose my company they are planning to take the customer service, customer satisfaction on my product. Okay, so for that what I did, I just reached to some third party vendor. I just requested that to survey the customers. So that way we requested to the vendor, please do it. Okay, so so in this kind of a process, what will be happen? Okay, we are expecting the results. Okay, but I cannot see that service. Okay, what it will be happen? They will say that okay, I did 10,000 customers and feedback and everything. This is a product like okay, this much of the averagely, or it may be good or something like the product survey which will happen. Right. So in this periodic and invoice plan is there is a two kind of the automatic payment settlement based on the predefined schedule, predefined dates. Okay, so the periodic is every month on the particular date. Okay, we are predefined that. Okay, I'm just saying to the system, you have to pay amount on particular date on every month. Okay, like EMI. Okay, EMI, how it will happen? Every month I have to pay this amount to the bank. Okay, okay, or it may be a rental agreement, so predefined dates, okay. That is also periodic fixed date. So that you need to be defined at initial stage when you agreed with the vendor. Okay, I will be pay on the January 5th every month 5th I will pay, or every month 1st I will pay, or every month end I will pay. Okay, every month 10th I will pay. So it's like a periodic planning. Okay, so that's why the periodic invoice plan. Okay.
Okay.
So here in this case, okay, periodically auto generating payment to vendor based on the agreement. So in this case, what will be happen? This is the fixed amount. So what will be happen in case $10,000? Okay, that $10,000 what will be happen every month? $10,000 on 5th I have to pay. Okay, so the dates it's like every month on the fixed date. Okay, so monthly payment, that fixed date, even fixed date and the amount also. Okay, so it's clear here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now partial invoice plan. Partial invoice plan is nothing but like I have agreement with my vendor, surveying vendor. Okay, so I said that okay, once you completed like 30%, okay, so or maybe this is the day. Suppose let's say if it is a 6 months survey, 6 month survey, okay. So in this 6 month survey, what I'm saying that okay, and particularly 2 months it is completed, okay. On 2 months it's completed, I will be paid 30%. Okay, then I will be once it is completed under 15 days, then I will pay the 50%.
Okay.
Then I will be remaining that when it is completed 6 months, okay, or it may be 5 months. So I will pay the remaining 50%. Whatever it is there,
20%.
Okay. So remaining 50%. Okay, sorry, 20% it is like. Okay. So 30%, 50%, 20%. Okay, on total amount. Okay. So if you see that here, what will be happen in the periodic invoice plan? The amount is fixed amount. Let's say in our PO amount it is like 10,000. That 10,000 you are paying every month periodically on $10,000. But if you see that it is partial invoice plan is on lump sum amount, what you agreed with vendor, on lump sum amount you are paying some percentage or some amount. It might be percentage or it may be amount. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the date which we are predefined dates. Okay. So it might be, it's not like a periodically. Okay. It's like keep on, it's not like that. Okay. It's like predefined already the dates. Okay. So in this invoice plan, okay, these are the no GR here. Okay. Only purchase order and settlement directly. So the system itself, it will be generated automatically on the when the date it is generated. Okay. So this is the invoice plan. Okay. Any questions here?
No, it's all clear.
Yes. So and coming to the ERS. So there is a next procedure is ERS, evaluated receipt settlement.
ERS. Okay.
Evaluated receipt settlement. Okay. So what is this concept of ERS?
Okay. All right.
So in evaluated receipt settlement, what will be happen? Okay. So when suppose let's say some cases we have very mutual understanding with the vendor. Okay. So even vendor also believing me and I'm also believing vendor. Okay. So vendor is said that okay, okay, I'm good with your services. Okay. So I'm good with you. Okay. So what I'm saying that instead of I'm sending every time the vendor invoices to you and you are verifying and you are paying that, so it might be taking a long time. So what I'm requesting that when you receive the stock from me, or okay, the company is saying that okay, when I'm receiving the stock from you, okay, so we'll process immediately based on the what stock we are receiving. Okay, so based on the our PO price and whatever it is, okay, based on that we'll be paying settlement immediately. Okay, so here what is the concept actually here is we are not expecting any invoice from the vendor.
Okay.
Okay, so the concept here is avoiding the invoice from the vendor. Okay, so we are not expecting any invoice from vendor.
After the material is delivered. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it
we directly
automatically
pay them.
generated the
Oh.
invoice based on the our goods receipt quantity and the PO price.
Okay.
Because we have good agreement, right? We have good relationship, and even we are never seen that conflicts between both. And okay, so we are even the vendor is accepting this type of the agreement. So what we will do, what we are doing instead of we are getting the invoice and verifying that invoice, okay, and again processing for the release and again payment. So that might be taking the long time process, right? So instead of that, what I'm doing that will be every day once the goods receipt is generated, every day we'll be generating the invoices automatically in the backend. Okay, it's kind of the automatic payments to the vendor, automatic generation of the invoices in the backend. Okay, based on the our goods stock, whatever the stock we receive. So in case if suppose the PO order quantity is 10,000. Now I received only GR for 100 pieces. Okay, then the system will be generating settlement for the 100 pieces.
Okay.
So no need here the invoice manually invoice generation and verification, that is not required here.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay then. Yeah. So this is the one. Okay. So this is the evaluated receipt settlement. So any questions here in this?
Yeah. So like this thing is only with the suppliers that you have good relations with, right? I mean, like there's no need
Yeah,
to.
it depends. It depends on the agreement between the vendor and the company. Okay, if they have a good relationship or whatever it may be. So to avoid, so the main reason is here is to avoid the delay on the invoices. What will be happen generally? Okay, the PO might be generated lately. So the PO is generated, but the invoice we didn't receive from the vendor. Sometimes maybe technically it's a problem, or maybe okay, sometimes invoice is not generated, or maybe our team they are validating very delay on that. Okay, so what will happen if the vendor is okay with this one to generate automatically invoices? Okay, then okay, based on that we'll
But
be
there
processing
there
the
might
payment.
be some drawbacks for this as process, right? I mean, like for example,
Drawbacks,
if we
yeah.
received
So
something.
drawbacks is nothing but like if suppose
Mm,
PO is agreed, right? One thing PO price, and that is he agreed. Then only he accepted and he sent the quantity, right? If there is any drawbacks, means it is any return is there, okay, that again will be corrected into credit memo,
Okay.
right? If suppose the stock which we received, but stock after you validated and you accepted the stock only, that means you are ready to pay, right?
Yeah.
Right?
So
So
only after
drawback is
acceptance
very,
this comes into the picture, right? Upon acceptance of the goods.
yeah, correct, exactly. So
Okay.
before you accepting, you are doing all quality inspection, everything, right? So if you are not accepted, then it won't be generate any invoice, right? So
Okay.
depends on the company, they have the different process. If suppose, so there is a process like the stock which I received, but still I didn't accept it until it is inspected or it may be validated. Okay. So once you accepted and posted, then only the payment will be processed, right? Even in the normal process, what will be happen? Even after you receive the accepted, then you are doing manually the when invoice creation, right? Or it may be you need to be validate the invoice, right?
Right.
So I think what are the drawbacks here? You can give me some examples. I can give you that. So what's the
Like drawbacks as in like, when we do the inspection,
Mhm,
like as in what you said, if some of the goods, like, we might reject the goods as well.
mhm,
So those goes into like for example, if we have a PO like for 100 pieces,
mhm,
like 10 pieces might be rejected during the
mhm.
inspection.
Correct.
So we generate the invoice for the 90 pieces, or the payment is stalled actually till they uh, resend the 10 pieces back to
Okay.
us.
So
Like, how does
even
it work?
yeah, normal P2P cycle and here there is no change here. Okay. So one thing where it is actually quality inspection when it will be happen.
Quality inspections only happen when we are receiving something, right? When
Yeah,
any
when you
goods.
are receiving the
Yeah.
something, right? So that means you are not ready to pay immediately, right? That means you are not ready to even post invoice because there should be quality inspection completed and there accepted the stock. Then only you processing the invoice, even it is manual also, correct?
Okay. So the only benefit here is that we are saving on the time, right?
Time, yeah, saving the time
That's it.
and saving the conflicts because in the normal what will be happen if I just receive the vendor invoice but
Mm.
might be mistakenly they posted wrongly with a wrong price, wrong quantity. Okay, so in that case what will happen again we have to be approached to the vendor and inform that okay this is the vendor is this invoice is wrong, you just correct and come back. Okay, so it might be sometimes what will be happen. It might be taking the long time. So what maybe 1 month, 2 months. The corrections also we can avoid here, right?
Okay. Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, good. Yeah. So this is one kind of a process. So if you when we are billing to the client, suppose if you suppose we are doing some implementation or some rollout project, okay. If the client is processed once we provided the service, if we accepted, then immediately they will be generating the invoice. Right? So no need to be generate from my side again the invoice and again they have to be validated because this is already agreed, right? Already the PO price agreed and quantity
The
which
price and quantity is already agreed with the
uh,
vendor. Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the one kind of the process ERS. And
So is it widely implemented suppliers?
yeah, obviously
Okay.
it's a regular process. Okay. That's why depends on that. Okay. This depends on the good relationship. Okay. So yeah, because vendor also they are very happy when it is generating immediately the payments. So
Yeah. Yeah.
how
Obviously.
it will be like here, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you go to every regularly you are purchasing some milk packets. So what you will do? You are not expecting any bill from him. Okay, I will be pay immediately to because I received that. Okay, right?
Okay.
Somehow it will be like milk bottles. So some regular vendors is there. Regularly he is supplying that. Okay. So based on the it's going defaultly from the system. Okay, and defaultly price will be system. Okay, so that obviously it's good to reduce the time and even expense also we can reduce because somebody I have to spend some my resource I have to spend some time to further validations everything. So we can avoid that, right? So cost cutting also will be there. Yeah. So coming to the next process, service procurement. Okay. So this is also this is completely services. Okay, which we are receiving the service. So I can see that service like okay if suppose washing, painting, okay cleaning, okay greasing. So some kind of a wash car wash. something. So it's kind of the service which you are taking from the vendor. Okay. For that, we are paying the amount. So in this service procurement, there might be have multiple activities are there. So based on each and every activity, we are accepting the service. Okay. So there will be a, so in this case, okay, I'm not receiving physically stock, but I'm receiving the service from them. Okay. So it might be have the multiple services in the one PO. Okay. So what we are doing here, we are maintaining the service entry sheet here. Okay. So in the service procurement, what will be happening in the normal process, and here what is the difference? In the normal process, you are physically stock receiving, but here, okay, it's like logically the service which we are received by looking into that painting completed or washing it's completed or something. Okay, so that we are maintaining the service entry sheet. In the entry sheet, what we are doing, we are maintaining the different activities.
Okay.
So each and every activity I can consider as a one service, and I will be paying that. So when you're maintaining the service entry sheet, that means it is in the process. Okay. When you accepted the service, that means the service is completed. Okay. In the service entry sheet, when you maintain, that is in progress, and when it is you are accepted the service, okay, then that means that you are received the services. So what will happen when you accepted the back end? Okay, so for accounting purpose and to understanding purpose, okay, logically the goods receipt will be complete.
Okay.
Goods receipt will be completed in back end, and the system will be generated the one document number. Okay.
Okay.
So then based on this service, I can generate the invoice. Okay. So basically, service procurement and normal procurement, what will be happen? Normal procurement, we are doing goods receipt, and here we are maintaining the service receipt, and we are accepting the service. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the one kind of the procurement. Okay. Now coming to the next process will be outline agreement. Outline agreement. So sometimes what will happen? Okay, it's not normal purchase. Okay, it's like a long-term agreements, like long-term agreed between the vendor and our company. Okay, so what will be happen here? Okay, we suppose dealing with like next 1 year, I'm planning to buy my products from you. Okay, so the products from you. Okay, and these are the rates which you are fixing here in the agreement, like okay, and we also be putting like that. Okay, there might be this much of quantity you have to buy. Okay, so there will be two types of the outline agreements are there. One is contract. Okay, so and the second is scheduling agreement. Contract and scheduling agreement. So what is the difference between contract and scheduling agreement? So contract, I think you are already aware. So the general process, how it will be happen. Okay, there will be mutually they understand, mutually they agreed, and they are returning that. Okay, this particular period I'm planning to buy the products from you for next 1 year, and this much of the quantity I'm planning to buy, and this is the price of that. And we can say that okay, this is the dates, or might be whenever I required, I'll be creating purchase orders, right? So
Okay.
when coming to the contract, okay, there is a two types of contracts are there. One is quantity contract, okay, or it may be value contract, okay, or it may be centrally agreed contract. Okay, so three types of it. So what is the difference between here? So by looking to quantity contract, okay, long-term period which we agreed, and we are saying that this much of the quantity we expecting to buy from next 1 year. Suppose let's say there is something 1 lakh quantity. Okay, and we are fixing the price. Okay, and in the value contract, what will happen? Okay, I'm just planning for next 1 year. with this agreement, okay, suppose let's say 10 lakhs dollars.
Mm.
Okay, so in the top, if you see that here we are like agreeing on quantity, and here we are agreeing that price. Okay, so total value of the contract. Okay, it might be multiple line item, multiple values are there. Okay, multiple items are there. Okay, or okay, so those
So
cases here we can go with the
yeah,
value contract.
yeah. So like for the value contract, like so
Mhm.
the amount is fixed. I mean, like I would be buying for so and so amount in
Mhm.
certain period of time, right?
Correct, exactly. And
Okay.
so it's not single one, maybe multiple times. See, next
Okay.
12
Okay.
months, I'm planning to buy, but that value you are saying that it is fixed. Okay, I'm at least minimum, I'm just buying the product like 10 lakhs.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
no,
that's
no, no.
why.
Now I got it. Yeah, it does happen actually. Yeah, we tend to customers actually they request for any sort of forecast.
Mhm.
So we tell them that we're gonna buy for this much amount, or else we say that okay, we might need so and so quantities for so and so part numbers.
Correct, exactly,
That's okay.
exactly,
All
exactly.
right.
And this central agri contract with both. Okay, either it may be quantity or value. Okay, so based on the I can I can give it like quantity, I can give it, or I can give it value. Okay, we can expect that. Okay, so what will be happen? This quantity contract is okay. Okay, if suppose the agreement like we just planning. Maybe I can create any time. See, I can see here. I'm just agreeing that I'm not giving that any dates here. I'm not giving any dates here. If you see that, I'm just agreeing that how much quantity we are expecting to buy from you, that minimum, and how much value of the which we are the products we are buying for next 1 year. But here I'm not saying that when I will pay, when I will buy. Okay, it might be
Okay.
I can buy after 1 month, 2 months when I have demand. But within the 1 year I will be paid. Within the 1 year I will buy. Right. So
Okay.
there is
So
no
for
dates here.
example, yeah, for example, if we say that we're gonna buy, so if we make a contract with any vendor and we say that uh like if it's a value contract, okay, we say that okay, we'll buy about for $1 million in 1 year.
Mhm,
And if the company doesn't meet the requirements,
mhm.
even if so they have to pay this amount to the vendor, or even
No,
if they don't buy,
that's
because you
depends
made a
on the
contract with them, right?
yeah, that depends on the what they have physically the agreement. In case sometimes what will happen, so it's kind of the expectation, but might be sometimes they cannot be reached that. Okay, so again that terms and conditions what they are returning in the agreement, that is the physical document what they are written in that, because the system, okay, we are expecting that something like it is still open. If it is not reaching, it is still open.
Okay.
Okay, but terms and conditions, if whether you will be pay or they have to be, they definitely have to pay some penalties, everything. That again
Yeah, exactly.
depends on the vendor and company what agreed that. Because
Okay.
some people have it like some companies, it's okay. If we have 10,000, 20,000, okay, no problem. Okay, so we are expecting, but I could not able to because the business is not good now, right? We are not locking, but we are expecting that okay, we are planning to buy something. Right?
Okay.
Right? So the penalties and what you're saying, that is again that depends on the what both agreed in the agreement. Okay, but here it's process like we just dealing like negotiating the prices and terms and conditions and everything we can mention in the outline agreement. Okay, in the agreement.
Okay.
So what will be happen? It is not necessary every time to negotiate with vendor what is the price, everything. I can, if I have the agreement, okay, we already agree with this vendor, so he's ready to uh, dispatch the discourse. Okay, so I'm just creating the purchase order. So in this contract, what will be happen? Even you created a quantity contract, every time you have to be create a purchase order whenever it is required. Okay, we always need to be paid create a purchase order. Suppose I create
Okay.
a PO today. Okay, let's say 27. Okay, 26. Suppose let's say 26. I create a one. Okay, Then again, I can create one more thing, which is like after February 2nd. Again, pure, I can create like 4th April. So there is no dates here. Okay, when I require, I'm just creating my PO. Okay, but when I'm just creating a PO, I'm just taking the reference of this agreement. So that what will be happen every time I cannot go RFQ, request for quotation, price quotation. It is not necessary every time because we already
Yeah.
agreed and we have agreement. So I can refer that agreement and I can take the terms and conditions, Incoterms, payment terms, all I can consider that and I can proceed that. Right?
Okay. And also, like, do they log the prices? Like, for example, if you make the agreement, the vendor,
Yeah, we can
they
log the
log.
prices. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
later, in case if there are some depends on the crashes or something, if they want to be modified, they can modify. But still, that will be like the high level they have to approve. We can
Yeah.
define like approval strategies. That approval strategies like when you are changing something price or some quantity, if you are changing, okay, that again approval from the higher level. What you did approval strategies, right?
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. So, coming to the scheduling agreement. Okay, scheduling agreement. I think I thought you little bit get idea about that because what we talking in the top, we didn't schedule dates. That means we didn't predefine schedules. But in this
Okay.
scheduling agreement, we have predefined schedules. Okay, predefined schedules is nothing but like a okay. So when I'm just creating the agreement, schedule agreement, okay, I'm saying that okay, next 12 months this is my planning. Okay, I'm just giving the dates. Or next 6 months I'm planning this one. So I'm just giving that. Okay. So what are the dates which is here? Okay, this is the okay, we are giving here only itself. Okay, so I need on 26th I need one and I need February 2nd, I need on 4th April. I'm just giving the predefined schedule dates when it is okay. So what will be happen here? The vendor can plan accordingly what it is already defined in the agreement, the dates and everything. Okay, so that
Yeah. They
if you
can.
can say
Yeah. They can be ready with the order, right?
they can be
They.
ready with that order. So
Yeah.
it's like it's kind of a milestone slide, right? So it's the date you should be reached at this milestone, and you just need to be supply this course and those things, right?
Okay.
So here also there is a two cases are there. Okay, one
Okay.
is with release. Okay, and
Release.
another one is without release. Okay, so without release is nothing but like a I don't need to be released every time. Okay, when the date is coming. Okay, so once you define the schedule agreement and you already release the predefined schedules, okay, in the without release, okay, it automatically you are giving the green signal to vendor. You can supply goods and based on these dates. Okay, the
I
dates
I I I I didn't get you. So without releases something.
without release is nothing but like you are whatever you define the predefined schedules. That means
Okay.
the delivery dates which you are given. Okay,
Okay.
so no need to wait for the approval.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so vendor
Mm.
can supply when the date which is reaching. Okay, the vendor can supply the goods directly to the my company. Okay, but with
Okay.
release is you are need to be wait for the approval and might be what will be happen. There is a cases like okay just in time. Okay, in this case what will be happen in the with release there is a just in time.
Okay.
Okay, so just in time is like on shortest period defining schedules. Okay, maybe I can give next 1 month because agreement it is for the 1 year, but I cannot to justify that. Okay, I cannot give it that entire 1 year at a time. Okay, so I will be releasing that shortest way like next 4 months. Sorry, next 3 months, 4 months, or 2 months, 1 month. I can send the predefined dates. Okay.
Okay.
So just in time is on time will be which we are releasing for the my dates. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a two cases are there here, FRC and forecast. It is one is forecast and one is for just in time. Just in time is on emergency, which is like next shortest period I'm just giving. Forecast is nothing but like I can give that long period, like okay, 4-5 months, like I can give it that. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the schedule agreements. So this is the one kind of the outline agreement. So based on if you have the outline agreement, I can go create a contract. Sorry, I can create contract or I can create a schedule agreement. Okay. So on this contract, again, quantity contract you can create, value contract you can create. When you created a quantity contract, okay, the next time what will be happen? You are creating the PO that this is called contract release order. Okay, this is called contract release order. The purchase order when you are creating, that is quantity, so contract release order. Okay, so the name we just say that contract release order. Okay?
Contract release order for what? Sorry, I didn't get you.
Well, this is the contract, long-term agreement. Okay, when you creating the PO, okay, that we call as a contract release order.
Okay.
Okay, that means with reference to the PO, with reference to the contract, you are creating PO. That's all.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
naming word. Okay, the
Mm.
naming is like contract release order. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the one type of the outline agreements. Okay, so like we have some other procurements like okay, some like procurement non-stock items is there. Okay, so let's go. Let's go here. The readiness process will be non-stock procurement. So I think by looking at the name, you can understand that what is the non-stock procurement.
Yeah, I mean, like the stock isn't available.
Yeah, it's kind of the consumption. Kind of the consumption, like non-stock procurement is nothing but like okay. These are the products which is not storable, not storing. But it's not for the storage. These are all
Okay.
non-stock
Products not for storage. Okay.
we are not for storage. Okay, so we are not keeping into the my store location. Whenever it is the goods which is coming, it is directly going to the particular consumption. Okay, so
Okay.
I cannot keep the stock into my premises. Okay, for these goods. Okay, so
Okay. Some.
there is no location locator for this one. Okay, it is directly consuming. Okay, some kind, some cases, some like food items or maybe okay. So those are very less shelf life it is there. So we are not keeping this stock in the premises. We just directly utilizing. Whenever it is required, we just ordering and we are utilizing immediately. Okay, so we can say like even direct consumption. We can also say this. So direct consumption is a little bit different, but we can say it's kind of the direct consumption. Okay, so what is the different direct consumption? Okay, even stock items sometimes we require for direct consumption, but here these are never will come into the my storage location. Never it will be stored. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So non-stock item and non-valued procurement. What is this? Non-valued.
Non-valuated. Valuated as doesn't have any value
So
or.
my company always dealing with million dollars. So my company always in the higher level and they are always $1 million they are doing. There are a lot of business transactions moving, lot of financial transactions moving. So there is small articles are there, very less, maybe $1 or $0.02, $3, like the cost of the product is very cheap. Okay. So those products to my client, they don't need to be validated.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe
It's like a petty cash or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Like pretty cash, as you can say, right? Yeah. So this kind of the things, okay. I don't want to be coming to the financial side. Okay, these products I don't want to be put it like a valuated. So what will be happen if it is valuated? Okay. So what will happen every time it's that we have to be generate a financial account and we'll be giving that, okay, this is the value of the amount and this is the value of the stock which we are buying. Okay, you have to pay this amount like this one, right? But in the non-validated, what will happen? It is like a very cheap, like a less amount, less cost amount. So those I don't want to be validated every time. Okay, so they might be $10,000 also. They can avoid that. Okay, so it's less price. But again, when you creating non-validated procurement, maybe you can put it like some restriction, like maybe you can generate like 1,000 quantity at 2,000 quantity at. So say, suppose let's say there is tissue papers are there. So tissue papers cost is very less. Okay, so those I don't want to be considered. Even this is the stock items. I'm just putting into my store location, but values we are not considering. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are non-validated procurement related. Okay. So so these are the different procurement process. Okay. So scenario wise is like business process wise. I need to say some two types of the process. One is M2O and one is MTS.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the procurement process. These are all completed. Okay. Just a overview. These are all. Okay. Now I'm just going with that to understand the business process. In general, how it will be like process like. So make to order or make to order. It's the same. Okay. So make to order and make to stop. Okay. So what is the difference between? If you did you aware about this one earlier? Did you see
Made
that?
to order is something. It's a kind of a custom made thing
Yeah.
based on our requirements.
Yeah, no, not our requirement, customer requirement.
Customer requirements, yeah.
Yeah, customer requirement based on the customer requirement. Right. So when it is coming to the made to order, okay. So always it is represent the customer requirement.
Okay.
Customer requirement is nothing but like we are not assuming this one. We have that order. Okay. So it's a customer order I have. Okay. So might be customer requirements are two ways again. So if I have the order, then I can go ahead. If I don't have order, but I'm expecting that because this is the customer requirement, maybe assuming that. Okay, that is different again. Okay. So customer requirement is nothing but like say I have the customer order and this is the order we receive. And based on the order confirmation, I'm just proceeding to the production, procurements, and all these things I'm just proceeding.
Okay.
Right? Is it clear?
Yeah.
So, if you want to say example, some sports car, how it will be like, they are customized. Maybe depends on the person. Okay, flexibility and depends on the person. Okay, maybe he is saying that I'm like 7 feet my height, and I'm just need a sports car in the different way. So generally how it will be like a Ferrari car, it's like a very short course. It is like maybe 6 inches or 7 inches will be good. But if it is like a 7 feet person, he is not comfortable to sit there. Okay.
Yeah.
So but he is a sportsman, so he needs something like some sports car need to be designed. Okay. So in that case, he can order something like okay, I need this customized way.
Yeah.
Okay. So what will be happen? This make to order process will be like okay, we are we getting some customer order. Okay. Okay, that based on customer requirement, we are procuring the special instruments or special raw materials, special packing materials, or some special designed windows or something like. So all these things which we are doing, and we are producing the product, and we are selling to the particular this customer only. So that is the make to order. So make to order is completely will be flow from starting to ending. It is with customer requirement, customer order number. Okay.
Okay.
Now coming to make to stock. Make to stock. So make to stock, what will be happen? Okay. So I have the some levels. I have some level stock levels. Okay, I'm predefined some stock levels. Okay, so when there is a stock levels which is getting down. Okay, suppose let's say I have tissue papers are there. So every time
Okay.
what I'm planning that every day there will be like 2,000 packets should be there. That way the my
Mm,
stock levels. Okay,
okay.
so when it is stock fall down beyond to that 200. Okay, then what will be happen? Okay, immediately we are planning to procure these products. Okay, so that actually how it will be happen reorder point level.
Okay.
So there will be a safety stock level and there is a safety stock and there is a reorder point. Okay, so what will be happen here when the stock levels get down based on my reorder point level. Okay, so immediately the system will be proposing that okay your stock is beyond coming down to the my levels which is be agreed in the middle master record. Okay, the levels are very less, so immediately please write the procurement proposals. Okay, so it might be take the time, right? So it might be take the time to get the stock, maybe it may be 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Okay, so based on the my total stock and my reorder point and the safety stock levels, okay, you can adjust the safety stock levels and the reorder point. Safety stock, it's not, it's kind of that, okay, even I have the reorder point, but safety stock is kind of the, it's like dangerous position. Okay, so like you don't have that much time to get the stock, that much time to refill that. Okay, so what will be happening in the reorder point and safety stock, I can put some difference here. Okay, so at reorder point level when it is down, immediately procurement proposals are coming. When it is coming to the safety stock, immediately I'm just giving the alert, right? Okay, you're in the safety stock levels also it is down, so immediately you just need to get the stock immediately. So please follow up to your vendor and get the stock immediately. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of the alert like. Okay, so the safety levels. Okay, immediately, so you just need to be sent that okay the safety stock levels also it is reducing, so you're in the dangerous position now, you don't have the stock getting down, so go and get the stock immediately, sir. So in that case, if it is delay on the from the vendor side, I can propose, I can get somewhere from the outside like immediately to refill that, right?
Mm,
So that is like make to stock, right? So this is the two ways like make to order and make to stock. So make to stock might be how you are designing, might be depends on the your requirements. Okay, depends on your client requirement how they want to be designed. That they can go ahead. Okay, but it's always like stock proposals. Okay,
okay.
okay. So there might be how the forecast based plannings. So forecast based planning is like a future planning, like next 1 year or next 6 months, past history. So I'm just looking into the last past history, like okay, last 10 years. If I observe that, suppose there is a observation like okay from January to December. Okay, this is January to December. It is there. So January, my company this sold 1,000 pieces. Okay, then on February it is like again 1,000 pieces, and March it is again 1,000 pieces averagely, and I'm just okay, and April again it will be like 1,000 pieces. Okay, May when it is like a 5,000 pieces. Okay, and June again it's like a 4,000 pieces. Okay, and July again it is like a 5,000 pieces. Okay, and August like it is like again 3,000 pieces. Okay, and then September it is again 1,000 pieces. October it is again 1,000 pieces. Okay, November again it is 1,000 pieces, and December again 1,000 pieces. If you see that,
Mm,
okay, if you see that this interval, whatever the like May, June, July, August, it's like the interval, okay, the seasonal interval. So these products which is selling more under this period. Okay, so past historical. Why we need past historical? Because based on that also I can plan next 1 year also. Okay, these periods they might be have the some high level planning, high level sales. Okay, so we have to be ready with the stock in these periods, max to max, right?
Okay.
So it's like a forecast based planning that's based on past historical data, which we can planning that next 1 year. Okay.
Okay.
So it's kind of that. Okay. So it's entirely sales related planning. Okay. But procurement proposals, when it is like if uh, they can plan and they can go in. So how it is possible? These are all okay. Whether levels and make to stock, make to order, how it will be like, how it is possible. So there are so many departments are there. MRP, sorry, there are so many departments are there. Sales department, production department, procurement department, finance department. There are so many departments are there. But everything which we need to remember in the is very difficult. So there is a process like MRP, Material Requirement Planning.
MRP.
Okay, so Material Requirement Planning. So what it is like, it is majorly 90% majorly it is like a production planning related PP, but okay, for other areas also it is very important. So what it is actually, Material Requirement Planning is planning proposals, automatic generating of the planning proposals. Okay,
Automatic
so the
generating.
system, what it will do, suppose today I got some 1,000 sales orders. Okay, so for this 1,000 sales order, okay, what are the products which is like stock related, or what are the products which is related to make to orders process, what are the which is related to make to stock. How system knows about that? Based on the material requirement planning, we are defining in the master data. Okay, so when this is the material, okay, okay, in the customer order, I'm just mentioning, okay, this material always going with the some make to order scenario. So
Okay.
when make to order scenario is not, when it is make to order scenario, what will be happen when you creating the sales order, and when it is the sales order is approved, okay, immediately what will be happen, the MRP planning proposals will be generated automatically what it is required to prepare this product.
Okay.
Okay, so it is alerting to that from all the areas level, production planning area level, it is generating that production order if it is producing internally, and level, what components which is required to produce this product. Okay,
Okay.
so BOM level also it is considering and it is checking that what it is required.
Okay.
Okay, then it will be generate the planning proposal. Okay, so you already mentioned the bill of material. One piece of product if you want to produce, how many components which is required. Based on that master data, the system will be generating that. Okay, automatically the proposals will be created. So from the material management side, purchase requisition will be generated. From the production order side, it will be like planning order will be created. Okay. Okay, so it's like a make to order. If it is make to stock, okay, make to stock will be happen the reorder point levels when it is getting down. Immediately the system what will be happen? Okay, the stock which is getting down, okay, and immediately I have to be prepare the planning proposal. So immediately the system what it will do? It will create a purchase requisition. Boss, the stock is fell down, and you need to be prepared a purchase order.
Okay.
Process the purchase order. So for this processing the purchase order, the system already generated the purchase requisition. That is a planning proposal. Okay. And the same way, even if I say that this seasonal and forecast based planning that are also based on the MRP, the system will be generating the proposals. Next 12 months and next 3 months, 6 months, depends on the settings, it will be proposal. Clear?
Okay. Okay.
So this is the kind of the process which is material requirement planning. Okay, and we have the master data material. We have different master data. okay, in the material management. So to do the above all the process, where exactly we are getting the data, how the system will understood that, how to go ahead these proposals, or maybe the process, and where I can get the information, all these things that we are mentioning in the master data. So we'll discuss this tomorrow. What master data are there, how it will be helpful to you, the process, and what kind of the data which we have. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So any questions on today class?
Then this should be good. The last
Yes.
part is also.
Yeah. So just refer the video. Okay. So then, okay, you just refer the video and just to understand the process. Okay. So from Monday, I said inform to the site to get a server to you. Okay. So they will provide a server to you. Okay. We'll
Okay.
start doing into the SAP application. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Then great.
All right.
Then
Sure.
have a nice, nice day, nice great day.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good
Sure.
night.
Thank you. Good night.